Hello everyone. I am Arindam Bandyopadhyay. I am an independent researcher and organic mixed farming and sustainable livelihood consultant. Today I am taking you through organic manure, pesticide, insecticides and medicinal plants which you can make at home. We will go through that tutorial, but first let me do my introduction. Basically I am a organic farmer and I do farming, that is my passion, my life. I also do consultancy and do my research on organic farming. I work for several organizations and NGOs. I'm also a chief editor of Mother Nature magazine. This magazine is to serve our Mother Nature and conservation of nature, preservation of nature, and also natural farming and related issues. I'm sure you will love the magazine. Let me tell you about something about myself. I'm basically based in Kolkata. I work for several NGOs and organizations as a consultant, and I am a farmer. That is my basic introduction. And as for my work, I have to roam around different states, basically almost 7 states of India. I train people, train farmers, rural farmers, entrepreneurs, and organizations about sustainable livelihood and organic mixed farming, including chickens, goats, pigs, crabs, fish, but everything in a sustainable organic way. Today we will take you through organic farming only. And about myself, my personal life, I love to read, I love to do my research as much as I can to find new ways, innovative ways, scientific ways, and I love to write. And as I already introduced myself, my passion, my life is farming. In my own farm, I do that, and I love to do that with everyone, maybe with you also. So, in this tutorial, our focus is to learn organic manures. Organic manures, organic fertilizers, and related things we will learn how to make them and make them at home. And we will also go through different types of insecticides and pesticides and plant medicines and why they are required and everything. We'll go through that. But I'm assure you don't have to worry about how to make them. You have to take notes and everything. Don't worry about that. I've made a free ebook for all of you to download. You can go to the below link and download it, and you can read it, and your spare time you can follow it and make your own organic fertilizers, insecticide, pesticides, and plant medicines. So I will try to be as detailed as possible so you can understand, and if you downloaded the book you can later go through the book also. So when we are talking about organic farming, there are three things, basic things we should look into first. First is soil fertility. Fertile soil is the most important part. We miss that in chemicals, when we use chemicals. We'll learn why. But fertile soil is the most important part, because if you have a fertile soil, rest everything is good to go. For the first soil we need organic fertilizers. We will learn them in this training tutorial. And for the protection of the plants, about the medicines, about the insecticide, pesticides, how you can make them at home, prepare them at home. So we will discuss all of them in this tutorial. But when we are talking about soil fertility, we have to understand what is fertile soil. Does fertile soil means we know that green plants or trees, they can grow well in a fertile soil, right? But what is actually behind the fertile soil? What makes a soil fertile? If we know that, it will be easy for us to make our soil fertile also. So For example, we are talking about a forest. In the forest, you see there are millions of trees, bushes, plants. Do we fertilize them? We don't. Do we give water to them? We don't. But strangely, in our land, when we are doing farming, if we don't give fertilizer, we don't give uh, other insecticide, pesticide, and everything, we will not get any fruit. We will not get a good plant, a good production. Why is that? Even a dense forest, millions of trees can grow, but in our farm it doesn't. So, if we understand the forest ecosystem concept, it will be very easier for us to look into nature and apply them in our field. Basically, what happens in the forest? Trees, leaves, the branches, fruits, everything fall down and they all become compost over time, and that is the fertilizer trees gets. Not only that, all the animals, birds droppings, animal birds body parts, everything goes to the ground, and over time they become a compost. And the most important part is the microorganism. We'll learn about it, but that is the key of a fertile soil. How exactly it works? Microorganism means we are talking about bacteria, the good bacteria. Like it is in our body, it is everywhere. Without them, we cannot survive. But problem is when we apply chemical, they dies. Just like in our ground, if we apply chemicals, all earthworms dies. The same way, when you apply chemicals, this bacteria dies. That makes it an unfertile soil. So, if if we bring them back, we can get a fertile soil. For example, if I am looking at a mountain, a rocky surface, you will see trees there. There is no soil. What they are getting? In the rocks, there is a water percentage very low. It's not enough for the trees. Who are helping them to survive? Even in the rocks, the trees survive, they grows and they make big forest. Not in our area. Why? So basically, because of this, microorganisms are bacteria. So, and their presence you can see. If you go to a low organic content, it's a dry land, you will see the color of the soil. It is very light. Remember about sand? The color of sand is very lighter. But if you remember, if you can think of, visualize of any manure like cow dung manure or vermicompost or any kind of manures, if you think about that, they are very dark in color. We say that black soil is very good. Basically, high organic content helps them. So, let's think, if our soil is have very less amount of these microbes, how can we bring them back? Is it possible that we can bring them back? Because if we can bring them back, we can make our soil very fertile. That is maybe the easiest part. So let's think about cow dung. Cow dung manure, we say it's a very good manure. And in cow dung manure, cow dung, there are 1153 types of bacteria. Now, this is the highest type of bacteria stays in any manure, which in cow dung. That's why we call cow dung is the best manure. So, if that, what happens when we apply cow dung manure in our field? So what happens? These bacteria, they goes to the ground. With time, they multiply, and slowly they make the field very fertile. But slowly. That is why we call, when we start an organic farm, it takes almost 3 years to make the farm to produce properly. Before that, the production stays low.